The champ at heavyweight. Yeah. Na 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 na. Tommy Aspinall, Aspinall, Tommy Aspinall. Na 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 na. Nothing. You're not giving me anything here. You're looking.
I didn't know I was on. I didn't even know I was on yet.
This is it. This is it. Less than.
That was just the intro.
I know. I get it. First, commiserations. I'm sorry. I'd hoped that this would be the big, it's coming home party, yesterday after what happened. So I'm sorry to you and the country. If I could give you a virtual hug, this would be.
That's all right, mate. Doesn't mean anything to me anyway.
You know what? I don't believe this. You say this all the time. It doesn't mean anything. You can't. Where's your love of country? Those were your boys. Those were your boys out there fighting for your nation.
Nah, it's just a game of football, mate. Doesn't mean anything to me. By the way, sorry I'm late. I'm trying to get this new setup going, but I tried to get my mic going. The mic wasn't working, so now we're just on the old iPhone.
Well, if I'm being honest, I saw you do it, but I actually asked you like a while ago once this fight was announced. You said, I got a setup. It's going to be great. And I saw you do some other interviews. I was like, fair play, Tom. Nice setup. And now here we are on the iPhone with the echo, no microphone. It feels like we've been pushed down a few pegs.
I'm going to show. Look at this. This is the microphone. Look, I've got the whole thing in here, but I even had this thing clipped on. Over here, but it's not. It's just not working. So there's nothing I can do, mate. This is the only chance. Better than the car, though, isn't it? It's better than the car.
It's way better. It's way better. Thank you so much. It's a nice room. This is a different room than last time. What are those shoes over there above your right shoulder? What is special about that?
Well, this is in the process of becoming like a little office/memorabilia room.
Oh.
And I've got these are the shoes that somebody made me. They're like Jordans, and they're all sprayed. They got the UFC logo on. They got 295 on. They got the champ thing on the side. They got the England flag. Pretty cool, mate. Someone made them for me. I've got all kinds of stuff in here. Look what this I've got. I've got just behind you, actually. Have a look at this. You'll love this one. You'll love this.
Let's see it. Oh, yeah. There's the famous one. There it is. What number is it?
Big 99. I don't know who that is, though.
That's Aaron Judge. He's only the most famous guy.
Big Yankees guy now, mate. I've been to a game and everything.
Oh, yeah, I saw you. My favorite part was when they had you there and then you saw the other champion, Damian Priest, and you totally blew him off like he was a fan. It was great. And I saw that in the blog. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a big WWE.
Come on.
I'm a big Yankees.
He's a massive guy. You didn't. He's got crazy hair, dreadlocks. You didn't think he was someone special.
I should have known better. I know. You know what? I was just, I was walking and there was like a lot of people around and everyone's trying to get my attention and stuff. I was just trying to be polite, but get to where I was going. And it was. I dropped the ball on that one, mate. I dropped the ball. I'm not gonna lie.
He was so excited. I saw the look on his face. He was so excited to see you.
It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
I actually I saw him so I was in New York then, obviously. I was at the Yankees game. And then I saw him a few days later at Power Slap in Vegas and we caught up and he's a cool guy. I like him a lot.
Okay.
Really like him. I'm a fan now. I'm for life now. We know each other personally, so all good.
You apologize for blowing him off.
I didn't apologize because it wasn't too bad. But he's a good guy. So it's behind us. Water under the bridge, mate.
I'm taking the piss. That's all I'm doing. You know this. By the way, did you throw out the first pitch?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No.
Did he?
I didn't get the honor of that, but you know what? That day in particular, I could not be bothered to go to the Yankees game.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go. I had a busy day as it was. I was walking all around New York and everything. And a guy from my team, the guy who does my PR, was like, Tom, you've got to go, honestly. It's the best experience. You need to go. And I was like, no, mate, I don't want to go today. I'm not feeling like it. I'm tired. I'm jet lagged, all that. Anyway, he talked me into it. We went. Honestly, the Yankees treated us so good. We had one of the best nights. Honestly, it was such a good night, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I'll be a Yankees fan for life now, mate. I enjoyed it.
And that's like a cathedral. That's like going to Old Trafford.
Yeah, I mean, the area seemed a bit sketchy, to be honest.
It's not the best.
My area is a bit sketchy where I live anyway, so I don't mind. I feel at home in them kind of places.
Where's that, Wigan?
I live in Atherton, which is just outside of Manchester.
Okay. By the way, have you gotten more tattoos on your arm? It looks like darker than usual.
No, I don't think so. These are cover-ups, aren't they? So they've got to be dark. I've actually got this one at the top's actually a double cover-up.
What does
It's
that mean?
cover up. I had a tribal originally, and now I've got it covered up. I got it blacked out, and then I've got some white on there. I'm still going with the tattoos. I'm going to fix them one day when I don't have a fight booked.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean that's a whole other story. These tattoos, we've got a lot going on.
Sure.
Got a lot going on.
I saw that you recently did some cupping on your back. And I don't know if you know this, but I fancy myself a bit of an athlete as well. I did cupping on Friday for the first time. I've got big marks. I actually feel quite tough and quite cool now because I feel like I'm a pro athlete with the marks on my back. I enjoyed it a lot. How about you?
Yeah, I've seen. I mean, I'm off social media at the moment. Actually, I've been off social media for quite a while. But my guy who does social media was like, "Oh, there's so many negative comments on the cupping. I don't know why. It works for me. I think it's good."
Why
you know what it's like, mate?
Yeah.
You put something, you've got an opinion, online world these days. Whatever. It works for me. I like it.
Is it working out? I was very honored. I think you sent out a message to just like your 5 best friends, and you said, I'm not going to be on social media, so if you need to reach me, do it this way. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I made the cut. I was told it was like just 5 or 6 people, which really meant a lot. Has that worked out though? What?
You are taking the piss now, aren't you? It wasn't 5. It wasn't 5. It was people I speak to on a regular basis. You know what I mean? It's people that I'm in contact.
It felt very personal.
It was personal. It was. It's working out great. Honestly, anybody that's struggling with feeling overwhelmed or like your brain's going to explode sometimes, I would highly, highly, highly recommend staying off social media for a while. Highly recommend it.
What did you do? You deleted everything?
Yeah, I've got no apps. Yeah, I mean to be fair, that's the only way that I could do it. To be honest, it was. See, the other day I had to do a thing for a sponsor. Big shout out, Jose Cuervo.
Oh yeah,
who sponsor me.
Saw that.
And I had to put some posts on, and my social media guy doesn't have my login for Twitter, X, whatever it's called these days. And I couldn't figure out what my password was, and it turned out to be an old password, but I had to re-download it to find out the password and all that shit. Anyway, I re-downloaded it, and I found myself just going on it again. Like before I know it, I'm checking X 5-6 times a day, and before then it turns into 5-6 times an hour. And now I've had to delete it again. Like, that thing's so addictive. It's so poisonous for your mind. And, there's a phrase that I heard recently, and it's like too old for the timeline. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm getting to an age and a point in my life where I'm not really that interested in other people's opinions getting forced down your throat every time I look at my phone anymore. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm really getting to a point of like peace and happiness in my life where I'm not really too bothered about other people's opinions and what they're doing, to be quite honest with you. I just want to focus on myself and my family. So that's what I'm trying to do right now.
A friend of mine once said, our brains aren't hotel rooms, and we shouldn't allow people to check in and out as they please. And that's what we do when we go sometimes on social media and read comments and stuff like that. We let people check into our brains. And so that kind of speaks to what you're saying. But I was wondering, because I knew about the social media blackout, and then I saw a series of quite comical tweets from you regarding Tracy Cortez's weigh-in on Friday. And I was like, well, who's writing this? That was
me. I thought that was fantastic. I enjoyed it a lot. I loved it. I thought, I got to tweet about this. This is fantastic.
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
I was just wondering, like, what happened to the blackout? Or has someone hacked your account here?
I had to figure out my Instagram to sign back in to do a post, and then that's it. Before I know it, I'm back on X doing funny tweets. But yeah, I thought that whole...
Why did you enjoy that so much? The poor girl had to cut her hair.
I just thought it was funny. I don't know. I just thought this is wild. It's just a massive contradiction of even it. I don't know what the situation was, to be honest. To me, it looked like she stood on the scale with the hair in hand.
No, it was after. It was after. She did the weigh-in, and then they gave her for the photo op.
I get it. But still, it just defeats the object of cutting your hair. I'm just like, it looks weird. And then she goes and faces off with Rose Namajunas, who's got no hair.
Yeah.
And it just what? It was just fun. I just thought it just tickled me, and I just thought maybe, just maybe, for all them online people who take everything so serious, I thought it might make someone else smile as well.
No,
so
nice.
I wanted to put it. Maybe I thought it made me smile, so maybe it'll make someone else smile. That's why I put it on. So if you're offended by that, move on. Put it behind you.
I was just happy to see you pop up on the timeline, to be honest, because I knew about the blackout. And so
I mean, my Instagram's very active, mate.
No, but I could tell when it's you and when it's, just content. You know what I mean?
I mean, I authorize the stuff that goes on.
Sure.
It's not just.
But that fell from your brain and from your fingertips. You know what I mean? It felt very personal.
I mean, I just thought it was quite funny. So I thought maybe someone else will find it funny. But a lot of people get very offended online about nothing. Okay. So you know how it goes.
It's currently 9:15 in the UK. Do you go to bed soon? What are we doing? So this fight, has been much publicized that it's going to happen in the middle of the night. It will be approximately 10:03. It will be around 5 a.m. or so when you walk out. Yes, 5. Yeah. So what is the plan now that we're less than 2 weeks away? What have you been doing to get ready for a fight at 5 in the morning?
You ever seen the documentary Knuckle? You familiar with that?
Sounds familiar. What's it about?
It's a documentary about traveling communities in the UK.
No, I haven't.
Ireland. And there's a guy on there, big Joe Joyce, an old traveling legend, and Big Joe Joyce reveals a few gypsy methods for getting ready for a fight. And I wanted to resort back to a bit of gypsy heritage that I've got. So I thought, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little ring out of hay bales. You know what hay bale is?
I guess like haystacks?
A bale of hay, yeah.
Okay.
When it gets to about 4 a.m., I'd get my alarm on, I go outside, do a bit of shadow boxing in the hay bales, and then I do the old traveller method of dipping your knuckles in petrol for about 20 minutes.
Stop it.
As the sun's coming up, and that hardens your knuckles. You need to watch the documentary Knuckle with the legendary man, Joe Joyce, and all the guys who do that shadow boxing in hay bales and taking it old school and dipping your knuckles in petrol.
You're doing this every day. You're doing this.
Most days, yeah.
So what time do you wake up?
I put my alarm on for about 4.
What time do you go to bed?
I go to bed about normal time, like 11, 12. Sleep for like 4 or 5 hours. Go out there for like, just wake my body up a little bit, do some stretching, do a little bit of shadow boxing, soak my knuckles for a little bit, and then I come back in, take my kids to school, go and train. Then I get back from training and sleep for a bit and keep doing that.
Wait, so you're legit dipping your are you taking the piss out of me now?
That's you need to watch it, mate. It's an old traditional fighting man thing. Dip your knuckles in the petrol, mate. Get them rock hard. And these are some of the hardest knuckles in the UFC right here, right now. They're like rocks.
And where's the petrol? Is it like in a bucket?
It's in a barrel, yeah. It's in a barrel.
Where do you get it?
Just from people. Just from people.
So what are you going to do on the day of the fight? You're just going to go to bed at like 12 and wake up at... No, you got to wake up earlier than that, no?
Yeah, but I'm just getting my body used to being alert at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
When it gets to fight week, listen, look, mate, if you can fight really well at 12 o'clock, midnight, but you can't fight really well at 4 a.m.,
yeah,
you weren't that good in the first place, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of times that I've traveled across the world, fought in different time zones without even adjusting myself. And now I've had a full training camp at home. I'm right there ready to fight. So, you know what I mean? If that's an excuse, mate, you're not that good in the first place, in my opinion.
It is a good point, by the way, because like when you fought in New York, that was 5 a.m. in the UK, 12 a.m. here. So it's really not that big a deal.
Well, listen to this. This is something from my dad, this. I spar at about 10 a.m. once a week, twice a week usually, on a weekday. I have never thought, it never even crossed my mind to think like, right, I'm going to start sparring at midnight just to get my body ready for it. Never crossed my mind in like 30 plus fights, however many fights I've had. And all the times I've got on a plane and travelled somewhere, it's never bothered me about the time difference. Why should it start now? But saying that, I am preparing myself for it. I am waking up. I am doing the shadow boxing. I am taking it very seriously. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're using that as an excuse, you can find better excuses than that.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? You can find better excuses than a time difference. If you're a top level elite athlete, it shouldn't be an issue, and it won't be an issue for me.
Were you disappointed when you found out about this, and was it something you had to get over?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to get over it. You'd move with it. But I did ask the UFC. I tried to put it to the UFC, and I tried to complain about it, but didn't go that well. So that's not a lot I can do. Yeah, like I say, you got to move with it. I'm an elite level athlete. I fought all around the world. I fought in different time zones. I fought with a full training camp. I fought with not a full training camp. I fought injured. I've done loads at this point. So me fighting 4 hours later than normal isn't that big a deal.
What about that new venue? I know you did some stuff with Leon there. Did you get a chance to, I don't know, have you been to something there, a concert or something? Have you seen it? What's it like compared to the old school MEN?
I've not seen it. Sorry, I've not been to a concert there. I've seen it. It's unreal. From the outside, it doesn't look that good. Just looks quite small, to be honest. But when you get inside, it's gigantic. It's massive arena. It looks bigger than MSG.
Wow.
It's huge, and that's going to be like when I got into the sport of MMA, which was quite a fair portion of my life ago now. This is why I got into it for this. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there trying to get to the dreams and get to the goals in life. This is the goal. This is the dream. Do you know what I mean? This is it. In 2 weeks' time, this is the dream. Defending a UFC heavyweight title in my home city of Manchester in front of 25,000 Manchester fans is something that probably half a percentage of the world gets to live the dream on this level. Do you know what I mean? Now, I'm not talking about just fighting. I'm just talking about people with dreams and goals in general. No matter what happens on that day, I did it and I experienced it. And this is my whole life's been leading up to this point.
I love it. And you know what I loved maybe most about that statement? You said defend a UFC heavyweight title, not an interim heavyweight title. Heavyweight title. You are him. You're that guy.
I'm the guy.
You're the boy.
I'm the boy.
You're the star boy.
There's going to be a good few years ahead of us, and we're going to have some amazing fights, mate. The heavyweight division's on a revival right now. We've got all kinds going on. We've got John Jones, who knows what he's going to do, but he's going to be active again soon, hopefully. We've got Alex Pereira potentially moving up. We've got Volkov, who's on a resurgence. We've got Ciryl Gane knocking around. We've got Curtis Blades. We've got Pavlovich still in the mix. We've got all kinds of guys, mate. And there's probably a few that I've not even mentioned.
Almeida.
Almeida. Like there's so many top level heavyweights, and these next 5 or 10 years are going to be absolutely incredible at heavyweight. What a time to be involved in heavyweight MMA.
After UFC 303, I said maybe the one after all is Aspinall Pereira. Maybe it's not Aspinall Jones. Maybe the one that we're all really looking for. Maybe that's the one. Maybe that's the generational fight. Agree or disagree?
Maybe. Like, I ain't thinking about that right now, to be honest with you. I took Curtis Blades very, very seriously, and still got a little bit of training to do. But this is a massive fight for me, both professionally and personally, and I need to put a full stop on this one, and I need to go out there and finish him. And not only that, I'm going to go out there and enjoy myself as well. I'm going to go and love every second of it, because this career doesn't last forever, man. This career doesn't last forever. And I think right now, even though I'm still young, I'm still 31, I'm definitely on the second half of my career. I'm closer to the end than I am the beginning. I don't know when I'm going to end. I don't have a number in my mind or nothing like that. But and then I'm going to go and do something else, man. I'm going to go and do something else with my time or with my life and close that chapter of my life. But for right now, I'm closer to the end of the career than I am the beginning, and I intend to enjoy every second moving forward.
What do you think you'll do?
I might be involved a little bit, but I don't know. You know, I used to think, yeah, when I retire, I'm probably going to be a coach. But I think that takes just as much dedication as being a fighter, to be honest with you. I think some of them high-level coaches, especially the ones with a lot of fighters, people like Eric Nicksick and people like that, like they're busy, man. Like they're never at home. They have no time for themselves. They're on the road constantly. And I don't really want to do that. I'd like to be involved maybe as a pundit, maybe. I like that kind of stuff. I think I've got a lot to offer in that regard. I think that I can speak well enough to talk about the fight and educate people on it and entertain people, hopefully, on it. And maybe I'd like to go a bit into that kind of stuff, maybe a bit more TV stuff and stuff like that. I enjoy that kind of stuff. So ultimately, you want to do what you enjoy with your life, don't you? So, and I love MMA. I absolutely love MMA. When I'm not fighting, I'll still definitely be involved in some way, but I don't know if it'll be as a coach, to be honest.
Like your old man. And by the way, you're doing great stuff with TNT Sports before all the big pay-per-views. Will you be breaking down your own fight, by the way?
Filmed today. Filmed today.
About your own fight? Today.
I didn't want to do my own fight.
Okay.
I did Leon and Bilal.
Yes.
I nearly forgot his name. I nearly forgot Bilal.
You didn't remember the name? Wow.
It just slipped my mind. Of course I know his name. We did Paddy and King Green.
Yes.
Newly crowned King Green. And we did Mohammed Makayev and Manel Kapp as well. So very interesting fights on the card.
You mentioned Eric Nicksick. Love seeing you two together. That's a cool partnership. Did you enjoy training with him?
Yeah, of course I did it. Eric's
salt of the earth, Eric Nicksick.
Yeah, great guy, and his resume speaks for itself. Do you know what I mean? But like you say, it's not just about him as a coach. It's about him as a person as well. Eric, now we keep in touch all the time. Eric will be a friend for life now. Every time I'm in Vegas, I'll speak to him, but we speak all the time on the phone and stuff. And he's actually coming to Manchester next week, so we'll be hitting a couple of bites to eat, I think. And I look forward to seeing Eric.
Will he be in your corner?
No, he won't be in my corner. No. I've only worked with him, a couple of times. I live on the opposite side of the world to Eric, don't I? So Vegas too much, but every time in Vegas, I'll definitely be visiting Extreme and seeing the guys down there and working with Eric, definitely.
By the way, is there really, I saw that you posted something with an energy drink that was like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 5 a.m. win. Is that a real drink or was that just a Jim King ad?
That's a Jim King ad. There's no real drink.
I fell for it. I was like, are they making a limited edition drink in honor of this fight happening in the middle of the night? That would have been brilliant.
Fortunately not. I think it's a good idea, though.
Yes.
It's a good idea, but no, it was just a bit of promo.
Okay. Well, I liked it. I liked it nonetheless. And by the way, I saw you posted a picture. You have created the closest thing. Do you remember Team Death Clutch back in the day? That was Brock Lesnar's gym.
Of course. You're talking to one of the biggest UFC fans in history here.
I feel like that's what you have. I've never seen so many big boys. You posted a picture of all the big guys in the gym with you recently. You know what I'm talking about? Someone posted it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like you this is the closest we're showing the photo now. Like, you don't see gyms with this many big boys. This is the closest thing we've seen to Death Clutch.
Well, you know what? It's come about really weird because we kind of I used to train in Liverpool, and it's quite far away from where I live. And there wasn't there wasn't many heavyweights there, and I wanted to train more with heavyweights, etc., etc. And there was a couple of heavy guys kind of training to me locally, not the professional guys, but just, big guys. And I wanted to work with a couple of big bodies when I was coming back from my injury and stuff, get back in. And we started training a little bit closer to home. And anyway, put a couple of pictures on Instagram here and there. Next minute, somebody asked, can we come and train? Yeah, no problem. Can we come? Before we know it, we end up with like 15, 20 heavyweights on the mat every day. People are flying in from all over the world. And literally, like, my dad has to tell people that they can't come. There's that many people on the mats.
Wow.
Like, There's so many guys on the mat, and we're not talking about like the local big guy. We're talking about PFL guys. We're talking about KSW guys, other UFC fighters, ONE FC guys. Like, there's literally guys flying in from all over the world to train with this heavyweight team, and it's not even it's not a team as such. It's just a group of guys who are friends who are training together. Do you know what I mean? There's no, these are guys from different gyms who come for the sparring and the hard rounds and the rolling and the pads and the rest of it. It's not like we are this big, massive team that we set up. It's just like we're an accidental team of friends who all get the best out of each other and train together. And it's been going nearly 3 years now. And we've been racking up the wins, mate. Like, it's been going really good. Everyone's turning up. Everyone's enjoying it. The atmosphere in the gym is absolutely electric. And yeah, it's just a great place to spend my time.
Do you feel like this fight is a bit of exercising some demons? It's around almost the exact same time, like almost 2 years to the day of what happened. Do you view it that way, like righting that wrong? Are you that kind of person who views things that way after what happened in 2022 with Curtis?
Absolutely. I mean, this actually goes a bit deeper than that, to be honest.
Oh, tell me. What do you mean?
This cuts pretty. So, the old version of me, before I fought Curtis Blades, I wasn't 100% committed to MMA like I am now.
Wow.
There was a lot of different stuff going on. I didn't look after my body. My training situation wasn't great. I was drinking all the time. I was getting pulled in all kinds of different directions, and I was eating bad and all different stuff like that. And it was almost like I had a built-in excuse for when it all goes wrong. Is that, right, I didn't win because of this. I didn't win because of this, blah, blah, blah. And now, I decided I remember the exact moment when I was sat on the couch, I couldn't walk, I had my knee in a brace, I'd been all cut open, I was really down in the dumps, do you know what I mean? I was really in a bad spot mentally. And I decided, look, I'm going to either go like both feet in with this and go 100%, and I'm going to change my training situation and start training with top level heavyweights on a daily basis. I'm going to get a real strength and conditioning guy. I'm going to make sure my diet's perfect. I'm going to make sure I recover properly. I'm going to make sure I stop drinking. I'm going to do all this other stuff. An accumulation of, if I go all in with it, then at least when I'm all said and done, I can look in the mirror and be like, look, you tried your best. Whatever's happened, you've done it, because I have a real shot at being the best heavyweight ever. Or I retire from the sport and do something else with my life. And I obviously decided to go both feet in with it. And now, you know what? I feel way better mentally, because it's like, win or lose, I can get knocked out in my next 10 fights, next 20 fights, whatever. I can always look in the mirror and be like, look, you tried your best. And that's all anybody can ever do. Do you know what I mean? MMA, especially heavyweight MMA, is a flip of a coin, mate. One shot can change everything. You can be... Honestly, now, I'm not just saying this for the interview. I truly believe that skill for skill, I'm the best heavyweight in the world. By far. Nobody comes close to me. Does that mean that I'm going to win every fight? No, it doesn't at all. This is heavyweight MMA. It's literally the flip of a coin. Anybody can win at any time. I can definitely have the capabilities to lose. No problem. But I'm all in. I'm absolutely all in, 100% on being the best heavyweight that I can possibly be. And every single person that I spend any kind of time with is with me on that. Every single person is going in the same direction, parallel together, to getting me into the best possible shape and the best possible version of myself that I can possibly be. And I'm incredibly happy with that. And I can look myself in the mirror and be like, you know what? There's no one else to blame. There's no one else you can put excuses on. There's nobody else you can say, oh, I wouldn't have done it because you, whatever. Like, I had the balls to pull myself out of a bad situation and be like, I'm going for it and I'm going to give it 100%. And I'm really proud of myself because of it.
Well done. That's amazing. I mean, that's the promo right there. That's it right there. That's why the UK should be so proud of you and Leon, both of you headlining this card. It's an incredible time, and you're such an easy guy to root for. You truly are. It's great to see all of this happen. And I would be remiss, Tom, and I'll let you go in a moment, but I would be remiss if I don't ask you about the Frenchman, Ciryl Gane, who recently just spoke about you. There wasn't much coming from him throughout all of this. I don't know. And now I'm doing the thing. Now I'm doing the thing that you didn't want. Now I'm doing the thing that you didn't want. Here I am doing the thing. You said no screenshots. Do you not want?
This is an MMA show. What did you say?
Okay, you want to know? Well,
if you want to.
It's not bad. It's not bad. But I here's the thing. When you sent this message and you were like, don't screenshot shit. I don't want to see tweets. And I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about because people will do that to me too. Did you see this? I'm like, is it shit? Do I want to see? Is it going to ruin my day? Is it going to make me mad? Why are you sending this to me if you're my friend? So I understood exactly. But you know how this is. This is the sport. This is the fight game and all this. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on what he said because I know that there was some talk of you fighting him before all this, and then he had the movie and all that. And this is a translated quote, by the way. He was speaking in French, but this is the quote translated into English. He, Tom Aspinall, only accepts my fights when I cannot. He likes to say that I refuse him, but the truth is that I've already called him out on the networks. Now that he is above me in the rankings, he allows himself to say, no problem. We'll meet each other soon.
Okay. I don't think that's very accurate. But, I mean, I think what people need to understand is the UFC, and I don't want to... I'm sure Curtis is aware of this. The UFC didn't want me to fight Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted me to fight Ciryl, and Ciryl didn't want to. And that's... I don't know what's going on with his schedule. I have no idea. Like, the guy's living his own life. He's doing his acting thing. If that's what makes him happy and that's what he wants to do, I completely respect it. But let's not act like you wanted to fight me because it isn't accurate. Do you know what I mean? Like, if the schedules don't work out, but my schedule, my personal schedule, I'm trying to fight people. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to fight as many people as I can in a calendar year in the sport of MMA and rack up as many wins and get as much money as I possibly can get while I'm still fighting. Now, that's my goal. I ain't interested in movies. I ain't interested in whatever. I ain't interested in cruising about on a yacht and going to this frigging party in Vegas and doing a movie and all this other stuff. I'm not interested in it. I'm interested in fighting people. So if you're busy because of something else, like a movie or whatever, that's not my problem. Do you know what I mean? I'm ready to fight. I want to fight people. I'm here to get in the cage with 4-ounce gloves on, with a shirt off, in an arena, fighting another top-level guy, and let's see who the guy is in this next 25 minutes. That's what really interests me. Now, if that doesn't interest you, that's fine. That's fine, man. Do whatever the hell you want. But what I want to do, me personally, for the next few years at least of my life, is I want to do that. I want to take my shirt off and stick some gloves on and not know who's going to win. And let's find out. Do you know what I mean? There's me and you in this arena now. There's 25,000 people watching it. There's a referee between us and there's millions of people watching the world. Let's find out now. Right now, in front of these people. That's what I'm interested in. What he's interested in, go and do it, bro. But let's not act like you want to do that because you don't at the moment. Maybe we will in the future. That's great. If we do, we'll do it. Absolutely. I want to fight anybody. I'll fight anybody. But I was ready to fight. That's all I'm saying. I was ready to fight him if he wanted it.
He got his next assignment. It's in October. You probably haven't seen this, but it's against Volkov, a rematch of the Volkov fight. It's on the Abu Dhabi card, October 26th. So I don't even know if the timeline would work out if all goes well for you in a couple of weeks to fight him. Jones, Pereira, Gane. Most likely, who would be next after Blades?
Not looking past Blades.
Yeah, that's right. That's the answer, Tom. That's the answer. What do you think it's going to be like? We saw outside the O2. We said the na. What do you think it's going to be like in the wee hours of July 28th if all goes well?
I've headlined the O2 3 times now, which is massive.
Yeah,
for a guy like me, massive. Let's say Manchester is the steak dinner. Okay, that's the main course. For me, like London at the O2, in my mind, is like a soup
Yeah, salad,
You know what I
soup,
mean?
appetizer.
Yeah, yeah, it's an appetizer. That's a bit of a warm up for me.
Uh,
And then the big dinner is Manchester. Do you know what I mean? That is going to be. I don't think anything can prepare you for that. Nothing, nothing. I've had a taster of what it's going to be like at home, but in my opinion, nothing will compare to in a couple of weeks' time.
I can't wait. Delighted for you. Good luck in the final days. I'm still not quite sure if you're doing the Petrol thing, but I'm going to go with it. I believe it.
You need to watch Knuckle, mate. Watch it. It's a good documentary.
Tyson
Joe
Fury,
Rogan
I think,
talks-
does it too, right? Does Tyson Fury do it?
I don't know actually. I don't know, but it's very well known. It's very well known in the areas that I live, like out in the countryside and stuff.
When you wash your hands, how long does it take to get the smell off of the Petrol?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Quick shower.
Yeah.
Quick shower.
What a man you
These
are.
knuckles, they're like rock. They're like rock. Hardest knuckles in the UFC, mate. Ready to unleash in a couple of weeks' time.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for the time, as always. Good luck to you. Can't wait for it. I'll be watching from Paris. I'll be so close. It's so far. I'll be at the Olympics. Have you heard of the Olympics? The little thing that goes on every couple of years.
Yeah, I'm a 100-meter guy. I like the 100 meters.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. I'm watching. You watch the documentary Sprint that's on Netflix at the moment. It's good.
Yeah. I know about it. The different characters, right?
Yeah. I'm particularly. I really like the Jamaican sprinters. I like them a lot. I like what they're all about. They've got a good vibe about them and stuff. Really like them. It's cool.
Well, you are cool, Tom. So thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it. Good luck to you. And we look forward to it. July 27th, actually 28th in Manchester, but you get the difference. You're the man, and we wish you the best, and we look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Speak soon.
Yeah, there he is. The legend himself, the real heavyweight champion.